going live and the thing is spinning. Okay, hi everybody. Hello world. How's it going? I know everybody says that to everybody else all the time. They ask you how you're doing, and it sounds like, do they want to know your body temperature? Do they want to know your current weight? Do they want to know how your blood pressure is doing? Do they want to know your blood sugar level? Do they want to know how if your stomach is upset or not, or if you're of course, during the Black Death, right, of the Black of the Middle Ages, when people got buboes and bubonic plagues and all that, I guess there was this kind of a greeting that everybody did to everybody else to make sure they're asking you if you're okay or not, So that's how it started anyway. So, but I like to just be different. Maybe I'm not really that. I don't greet people that way usually. I just like go, oh, hello, and good morning, but asking everybody else how they are is just a little bit, it's kind of odd, I think. If you just ask them, you just greet them in the morning and greet them before they leave, I'm not very social at my job. Unfortunately, I'm just there to do the work and be busy, and which brings me to business. And I know a lot of people are very uncomfortable talking about their personal, maybe their finances. Okay, so it's like very private, almost like talking about is comparable to talking about like masturbatory habits or something. So how much money they have, where they have their money, what they use their money for, what they're doing with their money, how much they make, where they, what bank or savings institutions they use, or my question is, if you have your wealth is, if your personal time is stored and it's frozen and it can be liquid, it can be exchanged for capital, then what's the best way to utilize that in the situation of the unintended consequences? They're far-ranging implications of decisions that you make on a day-by-day basis. So it's the initial conditions lead to the further in time, the more the initial condition affects the outcome of that event. So if you're trying to arrange events in the present to be more beneficial into the future, you want your intentions to be on putting your efforts in your resources into only endeavors that are going to generate a return, of good proportion to where it was the risk versus the reward. And the risk could be also, okay, you have a personal relationship with that business somehow. Maybe you were an employee at the company, so you own shares of that company, and so in a way, it's solidarity. You're when you buy stock in a company you work at, or when you buy stock in a company you used to work at, you are somewhat in solidarity with other people that work at that company if they're shareholders too. So I feel in a way a part of the team, even though I don't work there, that I'm still, and I have 100 shares in Seco Epson. So let me open that up right now. I have that. I'm dollar cost averaging at $7.09. I have 100 shares. And it's currently valued at $6.81 a share. So the stock has been down. I'm down 3.89% on the stock, and it's 6.38% of my portfolio. Right now, I'm using the Robinhood app on my Android phone, and it's actually, I was a Ameritrade user for a long time, and then I closed the account. It was back in the 90s. And I had like American Superconductor. I had U.S. Plastic Lumber. I had Proton Energy Systems. And those three companies, U.S. Plastic Lumber, I think they went out of business, but they were supposed to take the waste stream from plastics and make like fencing and board lumber for like railroad ties and park benches and things like that from the plastic. And it just bought it at a penny stock, and it didn't never went anywhere. I lost a couple $100 on it. And the other company was American Superconductor, and they're still in business. And they make the liquid nitrogen. It's jacketed around wires, and it actually creates less of a resistance, and so the power can transmit without as much line loss in their and they do like military, I think, contracts too. So I've shied away. I sold that. I think I made like $20 on it on overall, just buying like, so Ameritrade account that was closed in 2000. I needed the money, so I cashed it out and closed the account. And then I started up again. When I started at, before I had a Ameritrade account, I had an employee 401k plan, which part of that was you can opt in to buy shares of the company stock. I think it was up to 20% of your contribution, up to 4%. Or maybe, yeah. So I never went, very rarely did I put in more than 4%, which is the minimum for getting for matching contributions. So, and that was Westmark International. They bought Space Labs where I worked. I shouldn't even say, but anyhow, it doesn't matter. I dropped off docs. So, if somebody knows me, then they know me. I can't do anything about that. I really make videos so that people in my neighborhood and people where I work and people in my family, well, maybe my family's okay, but I don't care for people that live around me or that work with me to know like certain things about me, personal things. Maybe it's like I don't know. I'm not bucking for promotions, and I don't think I'm going to be where I'm at very much longer, because I'm going to retire pretty soon, because I'm just going to put myself in a situation where I won't have to depend on an employer, which I've been doing most of my life. So I'm kind of ashamed of that, to say that. Yeah. And like, people at family gatherings, they go, "Oh, what are you doing now, Paul?" And I say, I'm working. And they go, "Oh, you're still working. And what happened? How come you didn't save your money? What? I thought you were doing really good. I thought you were going to retire. Why you should have retired a long time ago. Or why aren't you, like that?" I'm looked down on, especially because they have like lots of rental properties, and they travel all the time, and they have like a lot of leisure time. And so they're well off enough to where they can do that and go and have a lot of time for doing like, playing, And so with me, I'm a working person. I've been working all my life. I didn't have the good fortune enough to have wealthy parents, and I just never won a lottery, or I've not done anything really significant in the world. I'm not a playwright, or I'm not a musician, or anybody that's famous or athlete, or I've never really done anything that's really made a really big contribution towards the businesses and the industries that I've worked at. I've been kind of a menial worker. I'm not really somebody that's like in upper management or anything at my work. So, which I'm talking about my work too. I'm talking about the stocks that I own. And okay, I am consoled. This is the one I like. Okay, I'm going to go on my list, and I'm going to go from the ones that I've earned. They've increased in value, and I'm happy with them. My return on investment. So I'm happy with these stocks. So I'll start with these because they're the winners, right? This is Consolidated Water. I'm average dollar cost averaging at $12.92 a share. I got 26 shares. It's currently at $16.39. and they desalinate water. So it's like really cool. I think that's like, wow, that'd be like something good in the future that they're going to need more of. And desalination of water is really important for people to have clean drinking water. This is mainly in the Caribbean. That's where their business is. So yeah, I'm happy, very happy I bought that stock at that price. The other one is Sony. Sony's currently at 58.75. And they went, yeah, they're I got 6 shares. I'm dollar cost averaging in at 48.50 a share. It's 3.3% of my portfolio. It's currently at 58.75. So I've been and I have a habit of if I buy some stock and it goes up, I want to try to shave it off and sell little bits of it here and there and try to like catch some of that profit, take it off. And in like some ways, I like, oh, the stock keeps going up. Right after I do that, I go, shit, I shit on myself. Right, I shouldn't have done that. It's like I lost money. If I would have not have done that, and then I have stocks that are just dogs, right? That always have gone down. Hardly, very rarely have gone up. Like I'll tell you one right now. Like Lemonera, right? It's a lemon orchard company. It's at 18.15 right now, and I bought 30 shares. I'm dollar cost averaging at $20.20 a share, and I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for the stock to go up in value. So I just want to kind of sell half of it that I have in this account and just get rid of it and get something that's more technology related or more like maybe banking, because I want to start buying more stocks that are finance companies. And honestly, people out there, I don't buy a stock that the companies, like if I don't do business with them, if I don't personally use their service, or if I don't buy their product, or if I've never worked there, or if I'm if I like their ethical, what they do in their business is very ethical. It's a good thing they're doing what they're doing because it's providing something really necessary for people to be well and happy. And people will buy the service, and they've been in business, and I believe in their product and all that. I will buy their stock, but no other companies. Very rarely I buy stocks but one company was recommended to me by Financial Education, and he was talking about, he had his list of his stocks, and one that was really doing really poorly was U.S. Steel. I thought, why is this stock not doing well? You think a steel company would do well, especially in the United States, that's exclusive, an American steel company, because of these tariffs. And I thought, yeah, price is down. It's gone down. It's gone down. It's gone down. And I bought it. I'm dollar cost average in it, $14.18 a share, and I got 40 shares. It's $10.74 right now. I feel like I bought way too much of it. I kept buying it when it was going down. I thought, oh, it's got to go back up. It's good. This has to be the bottom. This has to be the bottom. This has to be the bottom. And it's tanked. I'm smiling, but I'm not. Okay, I smile, but I'm like, yeah, shit. The other one is a company I used to work at, and I never bought stock. I never owned stock in the company while I was working there. This was back in the 70s, and the company, lo and behold, is still in business, the same name. And I'm like, wow, that's still in business. And the stock price was like my hourly wage. So I have 300 shares of that. It's down. I cost average it at $4.13 a share. Right now it's at $3.81. But the good side is I used to work there, so I'm solidarity with other people that work there. So if they own stock and I worked there at the same time they did, then it was like a team thing, like I'm still on the team. So their dividend is 1.415. I'm reading this from Robinhood. So anyhow, I don't know why I guess obsess about the stock market. It's like I'm not, it's just some of what I have. I just kind of keep transferring it from into my bank account into this one and buying stocks. I see a stock go. That's why I do. I see a stock I like. I'm watching it for a while. Company, this is a good company. I like what they do. It's cool. Yeah, they're kind of they're high. Their price is high, and I have it on my list, my watch list. So sometimes they'll the price will just like go down really far, like fast, right? It's like some member of their board or some big shot or some fund manager like dumped their company from their fund or whatever, or they fired somebody on the board or something, and they just sold all their shares like that, and it's out of the blue, and you go, wow, yeah, that's a good price right now, so I buy it up. And like one company I did that recently with, this is probably a lot of people are watching this one, is the Chinese electric car company. And some of you are probably hating me because I'm like, oh, you're buying Chinese, right? You're supporting the Chinese, and 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 I'm like, I buy like Chinese if they're cheap, right? And they're like, this electric car company. It's called It's NIO is the call letters, and it dropped like crazy fast. Like within a day, it went from $1.56. Oh wait, no. Here, let me get. Yeah, it was at $3, $3.08, $3.32, and then it like dropped to like $1.32, and I'm like, whoa! And I thought, that's neat. Electric car company. If I buy like 100 shares, because I buy like $100, $200 here, but yeah, I'll own a car company. If this thing ever goes up back to where it was his 52-week moving average, 1064 was its 52-week high, I should say. I'm sorry. So it was 52-week high was 1064, and I got 83 shares for $1.34, and it's currently at $1.59. So it stayed up at least. It didn't keep going down because I bought Chinese company like Yingli Solar. I bought that at $3, and then it went down. I bought it more at $2, and then it went down. It was like at a penny stocks, and then they delisted it. It was like, I think I just finally sold it. I was like heartbroken over it. I was like, oh my God, it's a solar company. It's supposed to do good. It turned out to be like I don't know what they did wrong. They had it. They were so dependent, I guess, on the state, right, for support, and the state stopped supporting them or whatever, and I don't know the whole story, but I lost money. I lost a couple $100 on that. I lost because I sold. You see, if I just would have kept holding on to it, right? I mean, eventually, but no, people think, yeah, you keep holding on to it, you end up holding an empty bag. Is you end up holding your bag holder. So that sucks. But like, okay, just have like a fake stock market account on Yahoo Financials. Just open up and pretend that you're buying and selling stocks for a while, and watch the companies and do like, look at the financials, look at what they do, if and try to be like timing it right. So watch it. When it goes down a lot, why did it go down? Ask yourself that. Is it going down because they're a shitty company and they're not making any money and they're just losing they went down after there was an earnings report, a quarterly earnings report, and then they had to report, and then the stock went down? Now, sometimes, maybe they just had a bad quarter. What happened? Was the CEO's wife really ill? Was there a lot of problems with a piece of equipment? Was it just one little thing in the company that could just blow over, and the next quarter they would do a lot better? So, and think about, think about like if you completely lost all your money in that one stock, right, that you bought, if you lost everything in it, would you be sad more than you'd be mad that, okay, you believed in the company, you thought the business was really good, you thought like, wow, they're going to be doing really good things, and they're like really innovative, and I'm really hoping and that they're going to take off, and because it's a good thing and people will like benefit from what they're doing and blah blah blah, and then it just toilets, it's a turd, right? And it goes down, but you, at least in your mind, if you're a conscientious person, if you're a thoughtful person, at least it's like, well, at least I had make a contribution towards that kind of business, and it's good because maybe there were a lot of people that were working there that learned something that will move on to another company and use those skills and that knowledge from where they work to. So maybe there is greedy people and you're just betting against them, and it's all one big poker table too. Somebody's getting rich and you're not, and they're taking your money, and they're not doing anything for, I mean, Yeah, that's all part of it too. You're at a big gambling casino. It is, but it also is. Um, there's a reward too. If the company does good, if you think that there's good products, if you think that there's going to be a turnaround in their business or their industry, it might turn around and they're in a position to where they can really take off because they have the standard in that side in that business of what they're doing. They've set the standards because they're so good at what they do. Now, Lemonnier was another thing. It was okay. I was thinking vegan. What's vegan? People are getting more popular with eating healthy fruit, right? So I think, well, what's a good owning them's good because it's a fruit company. They grow lemons, which is good. They grow tangerines and oranges and grapefruits, and they're like have different farms all over. And I thought, you know what, I'll buy some of this because it's like even if it does fail, right? I mean, you haven't sunk your money into something that was like slimy or dirty or like just like something that's just like that a business or industry that's not good, right? Or it's not noble, not ethical, or whatever. Just a drain on talent and resources or whatever. So you're not. Oh yeah, you could be mad. Yeah, you lost your money. Yeah, and kept going down and down and down. And you couldn't handle just holding on to it, or it was you figured out. Oh, if I hold on to it, it's just going to keep going down in value and it'll never go back up. You're certain of that, right? You're absolutely certain. You're certain it's never going to go back up. It's just always going to keep going down, and or it's like, okay, I don't want to leave my money in there because if I leave my money in there, it's just it's not earning me anything. It's not doing anything for me. I want to put my money somewhere where at least I know it's going up a little bit at a time, and it's following a trend, and it's there is a legitimate. If it goes down, there's a legitimate reason it goes down, and not just it goes down because they had an earnings report where it was a shit quarter. They didn't make any money at all, so. Or they lost money, it's a negative EPS, earnings per share. So, okay, I have some marijuana companies. I have Zynerba Pharmaceuticals, and they're making the a transdermal cannabinoid delivery system that's worked through the absorption through the skin for arthritis, for ache, for like muscle aches or whatever. And it's a cannabinoid, and it's also for epileptics or something in that area where there was seizures. Zynerba Pharmaceuticals. Yeah, I bought 30 shares. I dollar cost averaging at $8.46 a share, and now it's at $7.70. The funny thing about this company was after I bought it, which was when was that? After I bought it, because it was hovering around $4.90, $5 a share. And I bought some, and then it went up to $15.50. It was really high for a while. It was in the teens. It was in 12, and then now it's gone down back into $7 range. So, but I'm thinking, maybe it's a good company. I'm gambling, with this one, so I don't really know that company very well. I only know them from their description and their financials. So Levi's, okay, I bought Levi's. They were recently listed. They were off the market for a long time. They were private. Now they relisted on NASDAQ, or I think, or New York Stock Exchange. And I like Levi's as a product. Since I was a kid, I bought Levi's pants, and it's like, wow, that's cool. I can own the company that I like their clothes. I can be part of that. And so I did. That's why I bought them. And they seem like it's at a good price. It's not really low, but it's like, it's averaging below what it's averaged. So I bought 43 shares, and I'm averaging at $19.28 a share. And now it's at 1872, so it kind of sucks. So, but it's like it goes up and down, and it's been really, yeah. So some of these stocks, you don't know what the tariffs on China are doing to that market too. And the retail market's been it's been pretty rough lately. I think a lot of people are buying their clothes at Costco and Walmart, and or they're ordering their clothes online, I guess, or going to, or if they're wealthy, they can go to like a shop and be like fitted for clothes. So there's no like middle market for clothes. It's almost like you're really, really cheap or you're like really expensive or you're online, one of those. So, or big box stores, Target. And I have some shares at JC Penney's. That was like JC Penney's. I've been going there. It's just, I remember as just a kid going there a lot, all the time for school clothes and kind of growing up with them and buying clothes there at the beginning of the school year. So I bought Penny's, and Penny's I used to go to was in Westchester, California. Maybe I shouldn't say it, but that's where I grew up anyhow. They they were established store there for a long time. I think maybe I don't know if they're still there actually on Sepulveda Boulevard, across the street from the Loyola Theater. It used to be the Loyola Theater, but it's got an ornamental feature on it that was an old theater. When you walk in, it has a little booth still there, I think, if they didn't take that away. And they've converted it into offices now. But it was a very lavish theater when I was a kid. We used to go there all the time for matinees. And yeah, people watch. Nobody goes. I don't know. People go to the theater much anymore. It's kind of maybe everybody watches on TV on Netflix or online. So, J.C. Penney's, yeah, dollar cost average in at 15 shares at 94 cents a share, and it's at 93 cents a share right now. But I've bought and sold this stock a few times. I'll buy a lot and I'll sell it. I'll keep a few shares and I'll buy. It goes down, I'll buy a lot, and then it goes back up. I'll sell some, and it's funny if you have commission-free trading, right? You can kind of do that more freely with smaller amounts of money. Now, if you're like a big player and you're playing with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars on trades, then the paying a commission is not that big of a deal. But for a little person like me that has just a couple $1,000s to invest, that I can buy like $100 worth of this stock. It goes up $20. I can sell it for, around that. I make $20 and I take that little bit of $20 that I make and I buy another stock, or I sell that off, or and a lot of it's waiting, being patient too. You buy a company, you go, I want to own this company. I really like what they do. I think they're going to go up in the future. Might be really high tech something. Example of that is Microvision. It was a company I worked at for as a contractor, and I was on a 1099 doing business as, so I was not even through an employment agency. I was just working on a 1099 for Microvision, doing contract drafting, design drafting work. And so I figured, I'm going to buy stock in their company. It's under $1. And I went ahead and I've been buying it little by little. When it goes down, I'm accumulating it, which is another thing about the app, about this kind of brokerage, is the free trading. It gives you that option of more flexibility in when you want to move in and out of the security. So it's really, really good in that regard. But if you're somebody that just has a couple $100, right, and you want to go into the stock market, and let's say my advice to you is don't get out of debt first. Pay off all your credit cards first, right? All your debts, except maybe your mortgage. Okay, you got everybody has to pay more rent or whatever. So start off with experiment, right? Just open a dummy account on a website or on Yahoo or whatever, Yahoo Financials, or you could open a brokerage account, and then you might be able to just have a trial where you're doing fake trading or whatever, or do it on Yahoo Financials. You can just buy and sell without actually having a brokerage account. Just buy it, sell it, buy it, sell, buy different, and experiment with it. Watch companies, see how the market is, pay attention to what's going on in the world and how it's related to that kind of business, or be in the business and know something about the business itself first, or just like their product so much, you just have to want to own part of their company because you like so love their what they do, like that. Or yeah, so or you've worked there before. What I'm saying is, those kinds of stocks, if they go down, that doesn't hurt so much, but it's kind of a little bit weird to me to say, but it's like if it goes down, it doesn't really hurt you. I mean, but it kind of does. It does financially, but it's not hurting you like, oh, I wasted money. It's like, but it's still you worked with those people that are probably co-owners of the company. So, Microvision, yeah, they were they're going to take off someday. Somebody will buy that. Some big company will buy what they have and integrate it into the software, into their device or whatever, and it'll be color. It'll be like, wow, this company's like really gone bang like that overnight. I'm just, this is what I'm doing. Don't follow me. Don't follow me what I do, but like maybe I say some things that are true because I haven't been doing this a long time. I've been just playing with it mostly. I don't have my whole life savings into it. I'm just a couple $1,000s in this account, and so here's another company, Ocean Power Technologies. They make this buoy out that floats in the ocean that recharges per the movement of the waves. So there's part of the buoy goes up, and it part of it is it's like a pedestal inside of a flotation device, and it moves up and down, and it generates electricity. And they use these, I think they're using them for communications between offshore oil drilling platforms and shore. So there's always constant power there. So it's like a cell phone tower, but it's out on the sea, and works off the power of the waves. So I have 15 shares in Ocean Power Technology, and I'm dollar cost average in at $1.89, and it's $1.68 right now. So maybe it goes up and down, up and down. It's been going down. So, but there was an odd thing that happened to this company a while back ago, and it's a spike, right? It went from 460, 422, and then it went up to $7.76, and then it crashed all the way back down to 287, and it's going down, and now it's $1.68. So I'm thinking, yeah, it'll go up again. Some big company will buy their product, or get a big order in, and it'll be a good quarter. And I'll just hang on it. I'm not in a hurry. I don't need the money right away. That's the whole thing. It's like you can go and put your money in the bank and watch it and just sit there and just make maybe like 0.5% or something, or 1% maybe, or a good CD you might get 1.5%. But it's not really exciting. I mean, honestly, really, you should have most of that, your savings. It should be in something that's really, really secure and stable and steady, and not volatile. With risk is volatility. You get something, and a small company that's just starting out. You think, oh, they're going to be really. No, it's a lot of them never get listed, right? They're still on the over-the-counter pink sheets, right? So they never make the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange or London Exchange or the Vancouver Exchange. Here's one that I looked at, Crown Castle, right? It's they make the towers and they lease them out to the cell service. So they have a good dividend, 3.93, and I own one share of them. They're kind of expensive, but it was a good decision because when I bought it, it was $1.34. Now it's at $1.37, almost $1.38. So it's held its value through this little downturn that we've had recently. So which is good. Crown Castle, yeah. So that's like a stable, like you get a dividend and they're in really strong, stable business and they have a good customer base. You could watch, you just can't. It's like money in the bank, right? I mean, what could go wrong? There could be like a big disaster, like a war or something. Yeah, but I mean, anyway, you're going to lose your money on a bank, and it's if the bank runs, if there is a bank close, a bank holiday, what they call it, or there's, or it could be that maybe you're not allowed to take the money out of your bank account. Maybe one day you go there and they're going to go, well, no, sorry, you have to wait 48 hours, or they're going to make you go to the ATM machine and try to get 400 out and only say it'll give you 200 because whatever, they change the rules, right? So you're going to need something someday. And with like investing in a brokerage in that, if you sell it, you have to wait to get your money out. It's not right away in your account, in your bank account, where you can get cash right from that sale. You're in a stock brokerage account. It's like 3 or 4 business days. And Robinhood, I've been putting into it, and I've never taken out of my Robinhood account, but I had other accounts, brokerage accounts, where I've sold and I waited and I've taken the money out. And it's never any problem. I mean, I trust, that this is going to be like, okay, one day I really needed it, I had to go to the emergency room, or I had like a car repair bill. It was like totally had to get my car fixed, or a tree fell on my house, or some disaster. I needed the money right away. It wouldn't be, oh no, I can't get it right away. No, I use my credit card, and then I'd sell, and then I wait, and then they pay the credit card. So that would be, or use another instrument I have somewhere else to bail my butt out of the situation. And it would be, I'm a very cautious person. I don't take a lot of risks in the world, but for here I do. Here's Nissan. I bought shares in Nissan. I own 15 shares. I'm dollar cost averaging at $12.79. It's at $12.38 right now. So, but I've been meaning to get my app open here and talk about what I'm doing. I wish I had the tech and the savvy and the know-how to put it up on the screen and show you in the corner what I have. I'm just verbally explaining what I'm doing. Okay, here's CenturyLink. I have 30 shares of CenturyLink. I'm dollar cost averaging $11.71 a share, and it's at $11.54. Oh, I am so hopeful for CenturyLink. I use them. They're my provider here. I'm at my home, but one of my ideas was that early on I was thinking, when I'm going to be old and elderly, I'm still going to have to pay car insurance. I'm still going to have to pay, maybe make a car payment if I'm, if I want to get another car eventually. I don't know. I still am going to have to pay for groceries. I'm still going to have to pay like my electric bill and my water bill, and I'm still going to need clothes. And so what I'm thinking of, why don't I just take those services or those markets or those businesses that I'm using, just like my garbage bill, like the garbage collection service. I own shares in them. Waste Connections, which is Lee May here. It's funny, you buy garbage stock, right? It's like, who goes on the internet and talks about their stocks this way? I don't know if anybody's done this like what I'm doing. So, but they do. They'll do it really nice professionally. Yeah. And I'm not a professional. I'm just more like a novice at this. So I do have Global Water Systems. Global Water Systems is another one that really is good, that has been good to me. I bought it at $9.49. It pays a dividend, $2.79. And I own 12 shares. I'm dollar cost averaging at $9.49, and it's at $11.97 right now. So Global Water Sources, yeah. Global Water Systems, yeah. And Hain, Celestial Seasonings, I own 21 shares, dollar cost averaging at $19.09, and it's at $20.70. So I'm up Hain. So what I did on my Robinhood app is you can reorder the way the stocks are showing on the screen. You can move stocks up or down on the listing that you're seeing it in. So what I did is I took all my stocks that I'm down the most money in on the top, and then the one I'm up the most in the green is on the bottom of the list, and I keep them in that order. And it kind of gives me like, I kind of can see how much, and I usually have it on when the trading hours are off. I'll have the total gain/loss setting on, and it shows me this is how much red. And it gradually it's there's a scale. It's more, the more on top, the more money is I'm in the hole in on that. And the ones on the bottom are green. And so like Consolidated Water, that's my best one. That's my number one stock. Sony's number two, and Seneca Foods is on the top too. I got 8 shares. I have dollar cost averaging at $26.28 a share. It's currently at $32.71 a share. So this stock, yeah, I'm glad. And I started going up, and I sold some of it, right? So I could buy a cheaper stock, a stock that went down, right? The one that went up a lot, it's going up a lot, and then I sell a little bit of it. If it goes up too much, I sell a little bit of it, right? Because I think, it's just going to go down. And then I take that extra money and I buy like a stock that went down, and I buy it when it's down. And and I know it's like that's gambling, right? When you do it like that, but that's just sometimes. Yeah, and this is addicting because I want to see during the day when the stocks are changing value, I can see how much money I'm earning money today. Money's going down today. It's like some days it's like the markets all move at the same time. It's the oddest thing. You'd think, okay, this is a completely different company, right? No related business at all to this other company, but like that one day they all moved down at the same rate. It's like, what the heck? Is that because there's a fund manager that has those two stocks in that fund, and they're liquidating a big chunk, and that why they're matching in their pattern of the chart? So, and then sometimes companies, they have their earnings report and they make money. They did good. They made more than they made the quarter of that same quarter the year before, or they made more from their quarter to the next quarter. And their stock goes down, and like, wow, that'd be like, okay, yeah, I understand. Yeah, and then I buy that. If it's like a good deal, I'll buy that too. So you got to listen to the earnings report, and Robinhood is kind of good about that, and they let you in on when their earnings calls are. They'll actually tell you there's an earnings call happening, and they'll show it, and you click on it, and it opens up a second window, and you hear the conference call that's happening. And they explain the financials and different things that happen in the business. And it's interesting. Even if you don't own the stock, it's still kind of interesting if you're going to keep up on the business. If your business or you're working at, the company or whoever you are employed by is related to that kind of industry, then maybe you should pay attention to that. It will give you a better, especially if the company you work at offers a stock sharing plan, if they will purchase in your 401k, if you can have a certain percentage put into the company stock, it might not be an idea to do that if you like your job, if you like the company. So I just thought I'd leave it at that. So I have to make a nature call here. So you guys, thanks for stopping by, and maybe don't. I'm just doing this I'm not giving out advice for people. So I'm just saying that right now. Don't think I'm giving you financial advice. You do what you want to do. My advice to you is go play with non-real money and open up a dummy account and watch your stocks first. Do that for a while. Do it for a year, and then when you do go into the stock market, just use money you would normally buy and go out for coffee or whatever. It's not going to kill you if you're not going to you're going to still be able to pay all your bills if you know what I'm saying. Be smart, get out of debt first. That's the name. One thing, always get out of debt first, pay all your debts off, then invest. So anyhow, I'm going to end my conversation here. Thank you.